right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ICEcast. And once again, I have my cousin, the man, Brian Lawrence. What's up, cousin?
Trigger Ice.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I said that early, so I can't cut it out.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Brian will appreciate that. So, you haven't been on since we did the live one together, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. And a lot of people like that one. I don't know why. Your ugly ass mug on that video.
It's the Elmo.
It's the Elmo.
It's the Elmo.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But you just got back this week.
Yeah.
From Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Where in Louisiana? Oh, first tell us why you were there.
So I got activated for disaster relief to go work because the hurricane ran through Louisiana. Went through Lake Charles, and it was pretty devastating over there. And then from Lake Charles, I went to Sulphur. Was watching the trucks and stuff down there, make sure nobody came by and stole all the copper and stuff off the lineman trucks and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
and how long were you down there?
About 2.5 weeks.
And they could have potentially been down there till almost New Year's, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how bad is it in general, not just from this most recent hurricane?
In general, I mean, Louisiana is not that bad. Right. It's a beautiful state. But where I was at, it was it was pretty bad. Right. It was pretty not pretty at all.
Right. Yeah, you sent me some pictures earlier. I'll make sure to post them up here in post. But we'll have those kind of up there while we're talking. But you really didn't have much time off while you were working, right?
No,
it was a day off or anything.
No, it was 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I was working night shifts, so 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
Right.
So
on your way in, though, you had a chance to ride by and see a lot of destruction that's going on in the time.
Yeah, you can see it on TV, and you're like, oh, that sucks, Right. People really got hit hard. But when you see it in person, firsthand, it really takes you back, and it really makes you appreciate all the little things you have in life, right. That you can go outside and not have to worry about a tree falling on you or, stuff like that. And it's
houses just being completely run down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, gas stations like tore apart. That's one of the pictures you'll see.
Right.
Houses just ripped apart. I guess you say a forest or trees that just snapped off and leveled, all the same height. Just.
The trucks that you said you were watching, what were those for? Those line trucks?
Yeah, line trucks.
Okay. I know, I don't know if you remember, or if you've known, but a guy down here used to have his own company, Capola. His son ended up starting doing line work, and he went out there to help. I saw a couple things posted on his Facebook, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, to be able to do that.
They're definitely working hard. They work like 14, 16-hour days.
Wow.
But, I mean, they're making good money.
Well, when we got hit by Irma, I remember all the line trucks coming from out of state.
Right.
You could just see them all over the place. I just was like, that's a job that a lot of people take for granted,
Yeah.
What's going on with Tank? He's like panting like crazy, dude. His ear's itching and bothering him. So every time I do a damn recorded video and not like a Zoom call, this motherfucker comes out. Every time Tank's like, I see that camera, I'm on. Like, let's do this. Look at me and my ear. I'm fucking. Anyway, so did you enjoy it though? What you did?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I looked at it more of going out there to help other people.
Right.
It wasn't really about me. It was more so just trying to help everybody, especially with what's going on in the world right now.
Right.
Just to see the amount of people from other states. I mean, they had Mississippi, Texas, couple other states that were out there came in to help, and it's remarkable what we're going through in the country now, what's going on, and then for them to show up to do that,
because that's real America, though.
Yeah,
like all the shit you see on the news is just fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like let's talk more about a peaceful protest where they got hit by a car. That wasn't peaceful. People are pulling knives and stabbing the car. That's why they got hit by a car.
Yeah,
like. And stuff like that. Let's talk all about that, but let's not talk about the hundreds of thousands of Americans pulling together from different states to help one city that hit by a storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was...
And they've been hit multiple times in the New Orleans area, but it's like, why can't we hear about that? That sucks.
Because it's not good for TV. I mean, there was... When I got there was like 100 150,000 people without power.
Wow.
And then when I moved to a different post, that was about a week and a half later.
Right.
They had all the power up in that area. Now there's still crews out there that are still working because it's going to take longer because they have to get helicopters to actually run the power.
Right.
Because of the swamplands that are there, marshlands and stuff. So they have to actually have the linemen go on helicopters to run the power.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're going to be out there for at least till the end of the year.
I got the pictures that you sent me pulled up, and the first one's the gas station you talked about. It looked like it was a Texaco of some kind.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I know,
there's only one pump left standing.
Yeah, and that's just on the one side.
Yeah,
yeah.
The top's all down.
Yeah.
It looks just rough.
Yeah.
You go to the next one. What was that? Is that just trees?
So the tree one, yeah, that's the trees
tree
that
line
just got completely snapped, and you can see it's just you'll see in the pictures it's leveled,
right,
like all at the same height, and it's bad. That was pretty.
This next one was that it looks like it was a shed of some kind. Was that a house?
I don't know if it was a house or if it was like somebody's like workshop in the back there.
The roof's gone.
But the roof's gone. Like the side of the building is like tore off.
Yeah.
If I don't know if you can look in there, but I don't know if there's a boat or a car or something that's actually in there. But yeah, it's.
And next one is just the fencing and shed. That's somebody's like fucking house, right? Like
that's somebody's backyard. That
sucks.
was where I was working at. That was their backyard. That fence around the entire property we were at was completely gone.
Wow.
There's a house there where the roof was completely tore off. I didn't take a picture of it because I didn't want to invade into somebody's.
That's respectful.
Yeah, their roof was totally gone. They had a tarp over it, and it was pretty bad.
Right. You got the next one that's looks like a interstate sign that came down.
Yeah, it's just snapped right there, right at the top, just gone.
Damn.
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll put those pictures up with in order that we talk of so you guys can see it. But that's when you told me you were doing that. I thought that was awesome that you would do that. I was a little nervous mainly because when you left, we were at the absolute peak of protest season, so to speak. So I was nervous about that. That's something that I really haven't covered. I try not to.
Right.
Because it's such a sticky situation, but it's getting to a point where you almost have to talk about it. Even though this is a small podcast, average anywhere from 25 to sometimes 70 views, and it's just I don't feel obligated to do it.
Right.
Luckily, like a lot of content creators,
yeah.
I'm sure like Joe had felt that he had to talk about it at times, but it hurts because with me, I grew up in St. Pete on the south side, like one of like two white kids in the neighborhood. To me, that's never been an issue for me.
Right.
You know?
That's because of the way we were raised. We weren't raised to look at somebody's skin color.
Exactly.
You
like
know,
one of my mom's favorite stories to tell when we were living there is I played with this dude, Chris. We were 5 or 6. I played with him for like 2 weeks. Randomly, just came home, walked inside and go, "Ma, did you know Chris was black?" Mom goes, "Yeah, okay," and I just left. Apparently, I don't know what clicked after 2 weeks of playing with the dude, but like that's how I've always been.
Yeah.
You take one of our closest friends, Bobby.
Yeah.
Whitest black guy we know, but still, it's just we don't see that. We see personality, we see how you treat others, and that's people I want to be around.
Right.
You know,
it's sad, and like it's cliche, but they say you judge somebody not by the color of their skin, but the content of their character, which is one of the famous lines in the Martin Luther King speech, and it's true.
Oh, 100%.
I don't look at people by their skin color. I look at how you treat me. And if you treat me decent, I'm going to treat you decent.
Right.
You treat me like dog shit, then it's coming back to you.
Right.
That's just how I am.
It just baffles me. And there is that other thing that kind of bothers me. And that's white people that say, "I'm not racist. My best friend's black." And I'm like, that makes you sound racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like me saying, "Oh, well, I got a friend Bobby," and it's like, I don't want to come off that way because I'm trying not to. And like my buddy I used to work with, Sterling, also a black dude, and he's also he's been the same way that every guy I ever hang out with. I don't say African American, by the way.
Yeah, no.
That's something else. Only because
you're not from Africa.
You were born here.
you're
sorry.
Black
You're American. You're a black American to me. If you're born in Africa, then fine, you're African American. But anyway, Sterling's a black dude, and he's also one that, like, after 2 weeks of working with him and hanging with him, he's like, oh, you got your black card, you're cool. And I'm like, all right, I guess. Like, whatever that means.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take it.
I guess I'll just drive down the hood and yell out the word and see if that passes. I don't know if that counts. I got a card. But anyway, I've been trying to get him on here for a long time. He's just been real busy training. He's in arm wrestling. He left the company that I'm with, and he's been arm wrestling, and dude's jacked, bro. Like juiced to jack. He says he's not juiced. Old boy's big. He only stands like that tall, though. But
he's a midget.
One of the things that he still whooped both of our asses, though. I'll tell you that. He'll hit us both 4 times before we even realize what's going on. So
which one? Yeah,
he just got to make sure we don't get a hold of him. But
hold him down. Take
the reason I wanted to get him on, and this is a topic I want to cover with you also, because I want to get your perspective on it, because nobody's talking about it, and that's this ring of children that are just disappearing.
Right.
And like literally now these guys are just jumping over guardrails in restaurants, taking people's kids and running off with them. And why are we not talking about this? Why is the news not covering this? And it fucking pisses me off. And how, like, almost once a week now I see one news article randomly pop up. U.S. Marshals saved 35 kids in Ohio, and I'm like, why is this not on the fucking front page?
It doesn't meet the political agenda. That's the issue.
Yeah, but who's deciding the political agenda?
Democrats.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
I'm a registered Democrat. But I'm going to tell you right now, Joe Biden is a fucking pedophile. 100%.
Yeah?
Come at me if you want. I don't fucking care. Because I'll like I said, I've said this numerous times, Donald Trump needs to delete Twitter because he's an idiot. But the dude is not a president. He's a businessman. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's doing what he's been doing. Imagine how much he would have got done in 4 years if he didn't spend 4 years defending himself against bitches like Nancy Pelosi. Anyway.
Well, that and, Russiagate, that actually has come to the head that it's all been put together by Hillary Clinton and Obama, because Hillary was actually...
It's one more emails she tried deleting. Like
I said, a lot of stuff's come to the head now where the Democrats are actually getting put on blast. But
sorry about that.
But nobody's gonna look at it.
Right.
Because it'll never make the news. Because like I said, all the major media are all Democrat ran. So you'll never see that on the news.
Exactly.
Like you said, with these kids and everything, it's funny because they had like the 100 and some kids that got found by the Marshal Service. I think in like Georgia or something like that.
Yeah,
or
Georgia,
Michigan,
there was Ohio,
or something.
There was one of the Carolinas. It's been the past couple months. It's been popping up every state almost.
See, now what I think is funny is ever since they took, what's his name? Espin's girlfriend or wife or whatever, they put her in federal protective custody. All these kids are miraculously being found and saved.
Right.
Coincidence? I think not.
That's but, like how does that whole story get swept under the rug? Her. How is she not also one of the top things we're talking about? It's because it's political season. We got another month to 2 months of this crap. Once it's over, Trump or Biden, whoever wins, all this crap is over.
Well, the thing is, if Biden wins, they're going to try to turn this into a socialist country, which in turn is going to turn us into a communist country, which you're going to lose all your rights. You're going to have to register all your guns, or you're going to lose them. And I'm sorry to say, but if you come to my house and try to take my guns, it's not going to be
you can take the
pretty.
Bullet. I'll give you one of the bullets to hold on to.
Yeah, you can hold it. But
here's the thing that bothers me, and a lot of people probably don't think about. to do with the election. And it's scary to think about. It shows the difference in Democrats and Republicans. If Biden wins, there's no more riots. There's no more protests. All that shit calms down. And we probably get attacked by Istanbul or Iraq again. Honestly.
Yeah.
We'll be soft again, and we'll have to deal with somebody over in the Middle East. If Trump wins, we will eat ourselves out from inside. There'll be riots. There'll be a civil war of some kind. But that's the thing is, if Trump supporters are so bad, why are they not the ones doing the riots? Why are they not the ones out there shooting up businesses? I've never been one of the fruitcakes to counter Black Lives Matter with All Lives Matter, because Black lives do matter.
Yeah.
Cop lives do matter. My life matters. Your life matters. The Black Lives Matter organization is bullshit. It's a terrorist organization, just like Antifa.
I just want to go on record and say, if you look at the first podcast that was ever produced, I did say
the
that
first one
BLM,
yeah.
BLM and Antifa are both terrorist organizations. I will go out and say that. I did say that.
That was back in February or March. You said that, and it's
crazy.
If you are for that, be for that. Support it, because that's the right you have with this country.
Yeah. Protest the right way. Don't riot. Riot is illegal.
If you want to look at it and truly look and think, any Black Lives Matter get together that you see is 70% white people, because they are placed there to make chaos by Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple.
That's like if you watched any of the debate.
That was a fucking fire.
When the Chris Wallace asked Trump if he would denounce white supremacy and say that, white supremacist is bad. And he did. He came out and said, and they said, well, do you condemn the Proud Boys? Tell them to back down. He did. He told them, I don't know who you are. He goes, but Proud Boys, stand down, back off, do your thing. Just
stand up for America.
Back off. And then when he turned around and asked Biden to say Black Lives Matter movement and Antifa were a terrorist organization, he turned around and said that Antifa was just an ideology.
No.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know an ideology or an idea could burn stuff down and destroy stuff and kill people.
Yeah.
It's
first, the debate itself was
a hot mess, 100%.
And a lot of people look at it as like Trump spent the whole time interrupting. I'm like, Trump spent the whole time defending himself against Biden and Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
Wallace shouldn't ever be allowed to do a debate again.
No, and now the next mediator is actually an intern somebody who used to be an intern for Joe Biden.
Yeah. Well,
you're talking about stacking the deck.
You got to stack the deck, because in a regular debate with a mutual mediator, thank you. Fucking drew a blank. I saw food over there. I got excited. Trump would eat him alive.
Oh, yeah.
100%. During the whole debate, Trump didn't look down once. He knew what to say. Biden's reading off everything.
Well, he had a wire on his wrist, and he had an earpiece in.
And I understand he has an issue. He has a stuttering problem. He doesn't do well with speaking.
I think he's got dementia.
I mean, the dude's flat out. He's dying. Like, you look, and he talks about, if I'm elected, I'll do this, I'll do this. And I was like, the only thing this dude has as a 4-year plan is to stay alive, because he's dying. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And he's not getting any help from his people, because if you know that this man's representing you and he has an issue with talking, he has an issue with speaking, write better things for him. Because when he gets on TV and says, if I'm elected, I will make sure we have less hurricanes and wildfires. I'm like, you fucking God, dude. How are you going to control that?
Well, and like,
global
he
warming.
says something, and then when somebody presents it to him and asks him about it, I never said that.
Right.
No, but you did say that.
Have you seen like the old videos of him getting violent?
Oh yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh,
like
dude.
somebody asked something he didn't like, and he like grabbed the guy by the jacket and was like talking real slow to him and like buttoning his own jacket for him and looking him in the eye. And I'm like, this dude's killed people before, like with his hands.
Well, it's funny because if you look at some of the stuff that he has said, you know, he doesn't want his kids going to
jungle, basically.
A jungle.
Said, right?
Because he's 100% was against the segregation of schools.
Yep.
Because he didn't want his kids growing up in a jungle.
Yeah. He's racist as shit.
You know, and then they have the proof that Trump called, you know, military losers. Show me the proof. Yeah, I've yet to see the proof.
'Cause I've seen the proof of.
I have seen the video where Biden,
stupid bastard.
Yeah, clap you stupid bastards. He has said that,
dude, and he was so aggressive on it. He wasn't joking.
You know,
actually, if you guys get a chance, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. As long as we're cool, we're cool. I don't care about that. I love you either way. I know my aunt, one of my aunts is a Democrat, likes Biden. I still love her. Like, that's another thing is like, if you don't like the same person, stop hating them. Yeah, like, whatever.
Who cares?
But if you're interested in hearing some good stuff, normally more conservative, on YouTube, check out the Hodge twins or the conservative twins.
Yeah.
They are awesome. And they bring forward a lot of truth and a lot of background to the stories that you hear. And it's just.
There's another guy. I'm going to butcher his last name. It's Don Bogniglio, I think, or something like that.
I've heard of that.
He's really big. He does a lot of stuff for like CNN.
Okay.
And he's 100.
Really?
He's the
CNN's
same.
more Democratic too.
He's more of a.
But he tells it like it
he's a Republican, and he's ex-Secret Service and stuff like that.
YouTube channel? You know?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll get both Hodge twins and Don down there. In the link.
And he's he's definitely.
Yeah.
He don't pull no punches.
This upcoming election just needs to go.
Yeah,
it's getting rough.
And then like all the people, like when Trump tweeted out that him and Melina had contracted COVID.
Right.
Okay, I understand whether you don't like him or you do like him. Like I said, that's your own political agenda. You have your reasons, whatever. Yeah, I don't care. But for people to come out and say, good, I hope you die.
I can't stand
and all this other stuff that you say negative towards people. You don't understand. Like, we're all human. We're all Americans. And for you to say that, like that 100% just proves the fact that you are the problem with this country right now, for to wish death upon somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate one person in this world.
Okay. I don't know what I did to you, but whatever.
No, it's not you.
I know.
I don't hate anybody except for one person.
Right.
Which there's a long backstory, which I don't really talk about because, but because it's such a strong word.
Very.
Dislike people? Yeah, I do dislike some people, but to the point where I wish death upon them? No, not a chance. Not a chance at all.
Because and here's another thing with saying how I'm a registered Democrat and I'm probably going to vote Republican. I voted for McCain, I think, over Obama. Definitely voted Obama over Romney, though.
Oh, yeah.
But
I voted for Obama twice. Really the first. I mean, I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm Democrat. I agree with the Republicans here. The thing is, I vote Trump and Biden wins. I'm not getting mad because no matter what, that means Biden's now my president. Biden's the commander-in-chief. And I love this country, so I'm going to support him. I don't have to like him to support him.
Right.
But I'm going to support him.
Right.
I'm not going to get on here and be like, oh, Biden won. Now we got to deal with this. Now we got to do this. All right, Biden won.
Yeah.
We're going to have to struggle and get used to whatever he's going to do. But he's going to be my president, and I'm going to support him. Am I going to run around with Biden shirts and stuff? No, because I don't want kids running away from me. But that's the thing that I don't get. It's like, when Trump beat Hillary, first of all, nobody expected it. And immediately, he's not my president. And there was like college kids taking time off to speak with fucking like therapists and shit. And I'm like, you didn't play catch growing up. Your dad left. You know, I mean.
That is what we like to call the participation trophy era kids.
Yep.
because
if you listen to my last podcast, I talked to my cousin who's 16, and that generation is just below that because they're smart and they're starting to, like her generation. I found this out talking to her. They ask questions. People will say, you got to vote for Biden, and she goes, why? Mm-hmm. And they can't explain that, or they say, this, that, and the other, and she goes, why? Main thing we're talking about is she's an atheist. Never knew that about anybody. So I asked her why, and she goes, that's why I want to know. Why should I believe in God? He hasn't shown himself to me. And then, you try to explain it. It's all about faith. And she's like, prove it. They need proof.
Yeah.
That generation. And they're going to wipe out that 20-year-old graphic, 20 to 29-year-old demographic of just snowflakes who need their mother's fucking attention. And anybody that watches this that's in that age range, I'm not specifically talking about you, but in general, that age range.
86 to 94 kids, I would like to consider them the lost generation, because we were one of the last generations to play outside.
Yep.
But we were also one of the first generations to receive participation trophies.
Yeah.
But you don't see us out there boo-hooing with our thumbs in our mouth.
No.
But after 96 and until whenever, those kids sorry, you guys are totally fucked.
Yeah. You gotta earn that respect. You gotta earn what you get. And that's what it's all about. And it's a hot mess right now.
Well, that was like working out there in Louisiana. I met a lot of people who are, former police, former military. Some are in the National Guard. Some are in the military. Like one of the kids we met that was working there, he was leaving to go to Iraq in a month. So he was leaving to head to California to do a month long of training, and then from California they go to Iraq. Okay. But it's just like talking to them, it's like all these newer kids coming into the military think the ranks are owed to them.
Right.
Not worked for. No. I'm owed E2 or E3. I'm owed that. No. You don't see how this works. You work to get that shit.
Right.
Not just, here you go, sweetie.
Right.
And that's pretty much what it is now.
Right. I'm going to turn that around and make it all about me for a second. And the reason why is because this is how it makes sense. I start a podcast. I put it on YouTube. I am not owed any viewers.
Right.
Do I ask you guys to watch? Of course. I would love for you to watch and give me input.
Hit that subscribe button.
Right? I don't feel I'm owed anything. When I hit 25 views, I'm like, all right, that's 25 views. Every now and then I get 75, and I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
The very first podcast I did with Paulie is closing in on like 250, and I'm like, why? And I'm like, not just towards Paulie or anything.
Right.
I'm like, what did we talk about that is going out talk? Every time I'm with you, I say talk like that. You know
talk?
The fucking Jersey shit.
You talk, and then earlier you were like...
What'd I say earlier?
You went like from like Gulfport to Irish.
Yeah.
Started to piss me off.
Piss me off. That's what I said. Yeah. Crikey. But it's like, I don't feel that. But then like those times, like with Paul's and with like Mikey's is over 100, or like one of them hits like 75, and I'm like, I feel so good about it.
Yeah.
And then when I finally get picked up, and now I'm on Spotify and Apple and Google and all that, and I'm like, I earned that.
Yeah.
I put like money into this. I'm not getting paid to do this. I love doing this.
Yeah.
And that's there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok. His name's Gary V. And he's an entrepreneur, started like in the wine business, but he's like a motivational speaker. And he talks about that. He's like, you want to succeed? Fall in love with what you do.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not owed anything. You're not owed those views. Work for them. When you fall in love with the editing process and actually putting together what you're doing, it doesn't matter what you get. And then one day it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you got to make sure you're in love with it still, because you're going to have to do more because people are going to expect it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like every week I'm trying to get somebody.
Yeah.
And I know I'm annoying a lot of you. It's like, hey, you want to be on the podcast? You want to do this? Because I want that.
Yeah.
I could sit down by myself. I don't think it'd be as enjoyable.
Right.
I like having somebody else across from me or on a Zoom call. And it just, I work my ass off for that. At my job, I work my ass off to get what I can get. And I just got another raise. And it's just, take someone like Paul, who works with his hands. He doesn't get a job and a contract and expect, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Give me the money. Like, no, he busts his ass.
Yeah.
And we know him better than anybody when it comes to his work. He takes pride in how that shit looks.
Absolutely.
He deserves more than he gets. So all this generation of gimme, 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 it's like, fuck you.
It's like, gimme's what got you here.
Earn it.
You know?
Because then there's people who need it.
That don't have
who
it.
need something. But they're in a better generation. Not a better generation, but they're in a generation that doesn't ask for help at all. Those are the people that deserve it, and those are the people that I'm there for, saying, you need help, but you won't ask me for it. Here's my help. This is what I can do to help you.
Yeah.
Hope it's enough.
Yep.
Hope I can do something for you. And those are the people that are also so grateful. If you're the generation that says, gimme, 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 and I go, here, this, I'm out. Not even a thank you.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
On that note, let's lighten it up a little more.
That's like with my business. Like I started my business and I picked this contract up going to Louisiana under my business name. Which did I expect that? No.
It's awesome.
Am I all happy? Hell yeah, I'm happy. So
the business is going good then. You guys got a couple contracts you're waiting on?
Yep.
Good.
I got a couple things here and there.
All right, I'm out.
So yeah, everything's going good. It's
good.
You know, just trying to get back in the swing of things here. It's just like I'll fall asleep at like 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the hell?
That sucks.
So, yeah. It's like I told the wife I was coming on here. She goes, "Are you gonna be awake for it?" I was like, "Ha, funny."
He falls asleep mid-sentence. She's had to have, she must have been exhausted by the time you got home.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's like the thing. Like I had another job offer to go to Texas right after I got done, and
basically right from Louisiana to Texas almost.
And I was like, it's already 2.5 weeks. I was like, I need to go home and see the kids at least. You know, it's really a strain. Yeah, talking to them on FaceTime, that's cool and everything, but really need to go home, see the kids and stuff like that. If I get called to go there, I'll go there. I mean, they'll pay for everything, so it's no big deal.
Yep.
So, see where it goes, you know. A couple things out there in the tropics now, so.
That just shows how strong that she is, though.
Yeah.
And a lot of women wouldn't, a lot of women support their men, but not to the point of, hey, I got to be gone for almost 3 weeks to work. And her first reaction almost was, go ahead, I got this.
Yeah, she's like, you're good, as long as I get paid.
Yeah, and she got paid. I mean, you made money.
Yeah, I made a decent amount of money when I was out.
So, like this batch of jobs like that, once her storm season's over, that's kind of gone, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's still probably natural disasters in other places. Like if like a big tornado or something were to roll through, they might go up there for that.
Right.
I'm not sure how that works out.
They probably got people closer though. Like you're in Florida, that was Louisiana. That's calling you up there. That's not a big deal. Maybe a tornado up in the Tennessee area. Or something,
probably.
Maybe, but I don't know if much. Couple storm systems out there right now, like you said. We're in the Greek alphabet now. It's been a big season for storms, but nothing's really hit. Even the one that hit Louisiana wasn't a big storm.
No, it was 2.
Yeah.
2 or 3 or something like that.
So it's for the year that it's been, I expected a full on 5 coming across the state.
Well, we still got another month and a half?
Yeah.
Or a month or whatever. Something like that.
Be the best New Year's Eve ever. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you talking about we're going to hit New Year's Eve. It's going to be welcome to 2020 version 2.
Right. Man.
I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Somebody posted, is anybody else nervous about the 2020 season finale? And they've responded with, as long as it's not a cliffhanger. I was like, right? But it's just so many things happen, and you can kind of feel a lot of it calming down.
Yeah.
Just maybe not like the protest stuff, but in the politics, but in general, it's calming down. And Bliss and I just mentioned this last night, actually, when we were on mic. For how crap of a year it's been, for me, it's probably been my personal best year I've ever had.
Yeah.
So, like, last November, I meet my girlfriend, who I've known 2 years before that. Didn't really know her, but I knew of her. We started dating late November, and it's literally been the best thing I've ever had.
Right.
You know, just I can't think of a time that we've been mad at each other, or a thing that could happen that we would be mad at each other.
Right.
On top of that, I got this podcast going. Something that I've been wanting to do for a few years. I got a great career, you know. My daughter's killing it and everything she's doing, you know, gymnastics in school, and just on a personal level, great year.
Oh, yeah.
And so it sucks that I look around and watch everything burning down and not be able to help in other areas. I help people as much as I can, but
yeah, you're going to do so much.
Yeah.
You know,
but like, even for you start your own business, you take this awesome job over in Louisiana. You got another one coming up, hopefully, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's sad to say hopefully, because that means somebody got messed up. But
yeah. I mean, and if you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's a Travel Depression 26.
That's going to be
the spaghetti model.
Is that going to be Delta?
No, it would be Foxtrot, I believe. Because Gamma is the one that's...
I don't think it's called Foxtrot. That's not...
No, it's probably...
That's military.
Yeah, it's F, whatever F. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I don't know how the Greek
Phoenix or no, Phoenix is P.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So it's out there, it's forming, and the spaghetti
Cuba.
models all over.
But. No, that's for G. That's for Gamma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gamma looks like a little kid went. No, Foxtrot, or not Foxtrot. 26 they have going through the Cuban, in between Cuba and Mexico, and then coming straight for Louisiana.
That could build to a big one.
Yeah,
with
they
all
said
that warm water out there in the Gulf.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, a lot of people don't realize once it hits, and I'm no meteorologist, but you know, when you work in the field that I work in for disaster relief, you kind of read up on certain things,
right? And
with the Gulf temperature being so warm, and these hurricanes hit it, they tend to slow down and gain strength. That was what a lot of the issue was when the one went to Pensacola. It stalled. It went from 6 miles an hour to 2 miles an hour, and just sat there and dumped rain. And it actually destroyed the 6 mile bridge that went from Pensacola out to the island.
Right.
We had crews there working that, but it's just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff that these things do. They hit warm water, and they just tend to, they do two things. They either slow down and just get stronger, or they speed up and they usually get weaker.
Right. And people like want it to, you think about it, it's like, I want it to slow down so it dissipates. But if it slows down, it's just sitting there dumping.
Yeah, it's dumping rain, and it's usually what'll happen is it'll get stronger if it slows down, because it's picking up more water, and it's just Sharknado. No, I'm just kidding.
Sharknado. 2020, bro.
Yeah, you never know.
Past.
But you never know. I mean, you never hope or wish. You never wish for it to happen to somebody. Right. But in my line of work, you do to an extent,
because you need the job,
because it pays well, and you could be there for an extended period of time. But at the same time, it's like, I hope it doesn't, because I don't want to see these people get just displaced from their house, because, and especially in Louisiana, they just had this one roll through. And if they get another one to come through, in that Mississippi, New Orleans area, like it did the first time, I'd hate to see what kind of damage it'll do this time.
Yeah.
Because if the levees break in New Orleans this time, goodbye New Orleans.
Right. Such a historic city too, and
it's a beautiful city. Like, when I went there a couple times to become a police officer, I went there to apply, and just going there the couple times and going to the downtown area and the historics there is just, it's beautiful,
right?
And that was post,
awesome.
That was post Katrina, and they built up certain aspects. You can still see the devastation from where Katrina was, but for the most part, everything was up. It was nice. Everything was running, and just if it happens again, I don't see how they would recover from it.
No,
I really don't.
It's scary to think how Mother Nature could do things, because I truly think if anything like a hard 4 or maybe a Category 5 hits directly on Pinellas County, Florida,
we'll be our own island.
If that, it might just be completely underwater.
Yeah. Well, you seen what was it? Sandy, is that the one that came through the Keys?
Yeah, Sandy came through the Keys.
She separated the island.
Yeah.
It went from one strip of islands turned into 3 separate islands.
Yeah.
And they're actually down there trying to determine whether or not it's salvageable enough to put the sand back in there to rebuild it.
Or just build a bridge now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Because there's people out there just literally abandoned on that island.
Yeah, and they can't go nowhere. So they're just kind of sitting there like, guys?
Imagine being on vacation. Like, boss, trust me, I can't come in.
Yeah, I'm stuck. What do you mean you're stuck?
Certain companies be like, I got you. Helicopter's out on the way. Pick you up.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I couldn't imagine. And that was a big thing. Like, I was watching that storm really close when I was in Louisiana, because I was in Louisiana when that happened. Mm-hmm. I was watching that storm to see if it was going to curve and come in towards Pinellas County, because if it would have, it only took me 13 hours to get home.
Right.
So, if I had to, I'd have called them and like, hey, I'm leaving. Yeah. I'm going back home. So.
It went up straight through Alabama, Georgia. Auburn's one of the teammates. Dalton.
You don't get a cool shirt, buddy. I'm sorry.
He's going to have to get one. We got to get him one. He lives in Auburn, and he was online with us playing while that storm was coming through, and it was just a lot of rain by that time. Yeah. So,
yeah,
luckily,
that's all it was. A lot of rain, a lot of flooding. That was the words that we were getting. There was a lot of rain and flooding. Not too many people lost power. Good. So that was a good thing. I was excited for that one.
Right.
That was the main issue was how many people are going to lose power up that way.
Right. Man. So you guys got anything going on for Halloween? Are you going to be in town?
Don't know yet. I should hear something with this new storm track.
Pardon me.
This new storm track, we'll find out maybe late this week, early next week.
If you're out.
If I'm leaving again. I know Savannah's birthday is the 8th. She's turning 10.
Man.
I think we plan on going bowling on this weekend. Depending on what happens,
right.
But she wanted to do. I think she said she wanted to do airheads. It wasn't like $600 to do airheads. I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. $600. I was like, no. I was like, we'll rent something and do like a jumpy house or some water slide or whatnot.
Have they said what they wanted to be for Halloween?
They have, but I don't remember.
Kenzie wants to be Harley Quinn.
Nice.
Right.
I think Sarah. No, I don't know if she said she wanted to do something from Stranger Things or not. I know she'd be great.
Season's coming out.
She'd be great as 11.
Right.
With that haircut. Just cut her hair again. She'd be good.
Little Bob.
Oh, yeah.
You know who juiced?
Juiced?
I'm dying over here. You know who just binge watched all 3 seasons? Josh.
Really?
I've been trying to tell him to watch that show for so long, and he just ran. What happened was they have Stranger Things season 3 video game that was like free to play, so I downloaded it and he saw it. He played it and he was like, "It seems like something I'd watch," so he went and watched it and like binged it. So I was like, "I've been trying to tell you, bro.
It's a good show."
Like people told me back, like Paul and my cousin Mike told me back in the day for Game of Thrones, get through season 1 and you're good. I did that, and now you can see I'm a maniac about Game of Thrones.
I haven't even finished the second episode, dude. I've been I've been so
season
busy.
One is all you got to do, and then you're done. Like,
yeah,
like even for people that want to watch it, what I would actually even suggest: start at season 2,
right?
Go all the way through, because then you'll be like, I got to watch season 1 and see,
right?
But for Josh, I told him it's like with Stranger Things, get past the first episode. That's it. That's it. First episode's all you gotta get past, and then you're hooked.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Season 4 will be coming out. It's supposed to come out in November this year, but it's probably come out next year now.
Yeah.
Along with a lot of, like, I know Black Widow got pushed back. A lot of good movies got pushed back.
So Black Widow is kind of weird because I guess it's going to be like leading up to the Avengers, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's right after Civil War is the time frame.
That's it, because I know she dies in the end of
Endgame.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh no, if you haven't watched it yet.
I'm assuming with Black Widow, either by the end of the movie or maybe like a post-credit scene, we'll see her funeral. Because we didn't get that in Endgame. We got Tony's. And so I'm assuming that we'll see something to do with that. Did you hear about, for the Endgame, when they filmed Tony's funeral, what they did to Tom Holland, Spider-Man? Because he's so bad at spoilers, they told him it was a wedding that they were filming. So he showed up, like everybody's dressed. He's showing up, and he's like, where's Robert? Robert Downey Jr. that plays Iron Man. He's like, where's Robert? He couldn't figure it out. And then as soon as they started filming, they're like, okay, by the way, this is Iron Man's funeral. And he's like, oh. He was like so like sidetracked by it because they didn't want him spoiling nothing. So they told him it was a wedding.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. He's going to be, I think they just got done filming. They might be in post-production. But they did a Uncharted movie with him as Nathan Drake.
Have you seen the?
I haven't seen. I've seen a picture of him.
If he does not look like Nathan Drake,
it's like a young version,
dude.
Because I know who exactly looks like him is Nathan Fillion
on
for the older version.
Point,
right? Okay, so I'm excited because that's
Uncharted.
If you're a PlayStation guy and you played Uncharted series, and even if you're not into video games, just watch somebody play it.
Chill out.
Just watch somebody play it because it
looks like a movie.
It's captivating. It's a great story. It's a modern day Indiana Jones, so to speak, but so good.
That video game, that series, hands down, was one of the reasons I bought a PlayStation. And Major League Baseball, MLB The Show.
MLB The Show is the only reason I have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
but I actually got into Uncharted after 4 even came out. I was still living with Jimmy, and Jimmy told me, he's like, you got to play it. Dude. So I got it and sailed right through them all. I was like, this is so good.
Yeah, it is definitely one of those games that when you start it, you don't want to put it down.
No.
You want to finish the entire.
Yep. And
it's just so much, and that game is. Oh, that's
so good.
Not gonna make me want to play it. Thanks,
right?
Dick.
Sorry. I got Siege stuff to do. Speaking of Siege, bro, it's free to play. Not free to play, but it's like part of the pass for PlayStation.
Right.
So if you have the PlayStation Pass, you can download it and play it for free. So I did that. Anybody that listens to us talk about Siege on here and how much we love it on Xbox and everything, I destroyed people on PS4. I'm a level 1. All I have is a recruit.
It's because you can't fucking plug in a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, PlayStation still has that problem, but I didn't run into any of that. The thing is, I was destroying people just with a recruit. None of my operators because I don't have them unlocked. But PS4 people are the most toxic. They're worse than Xbox, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I jumped in a game there, and like I'm just listening because I'm not in a group chat because I'm not with my boys, and I hear level 1 recruit, and I just get dropped, team killed, and I was like, hey guys, I'm an Xbox player. I'm just trying it out on this console. Just let me get a chance. They're like, all right, and then I go and I 4 out of 5 kills. 4 out of 5 players that attacked the defending side I killed, and they're like, whoa. I'm just saying, let's keep playing. We ended up taking the whole game, and it was on Chalet, and I was top of the leaderboard, and they were like, all right, our bad. I'm like, y'all are some toxic bitches just to drop me because you saw level 1. Like, you don't know me. But it was completely different. But you would think it's the same because it's still console. but it was such a different feel. So now I'm thinking if I can find a time where it's either super on sale for PC or something, I might try to get it just to see the difference.
Right.
I'm pretty sure PC I'll get spanked like the redheaded stepchild. Like,
probably.
But it's different. Completely different, and you wouldn't expect it to be because it's still console.
Yeah.
But like, there's growing up with always having both PlayStation and Xbox, I can grab either controller and immediately know what I'm doing. Yeah. Whereas this, I was like, I went to like throw my C4 and I brought up the cameras. I'm like, I was like, I won't do it. It's the same layout, but for some reason it was just like foreign to me. So it was really weird.
But yeah, it does seems kind of weird. My PlayStation's at my parents' house right now, so I haven't even really played it.
So, I mean, there's not much to use it for. I know when the next consoles come out, I'll go Xbox first. Oh, yeah. Eventually, I'll get a PlayStation. I'll probably bring the PS4 with me and leave the Xbox One here. Let the old man have that. But I know I've been told, not requested, but told by my girlfriend that I have to buy the Harry Potter game when it comes out.
Dude, that Harry Potter game looks fucking amazing.
So good. Harry Potter fucking role-playing game. Like, you create your own person. Open world.
At that.
They can do that, but they can't do Game of Thrones. But whatever.
There's probably a lot more behind it, though.
Dude. Like, I don't even want to get into it. If I get into this, Bliss will be yelling at the screen. So
you can't talk about that.
Yeah, no, he would want to be talking about it. That's the thing. It's just there's so much you can do with that world.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, there it is.
That's for you, buddy. That's just for you.
I hate it. But
have you seen the thing on TikTok where it says girls make random moaning noises in front of your boyfriend or your husband? So this girl is sitting there doing random moaning, and he just turned around and goes, "Oh yeah,"
like loud.
Oh, dude, Jesus. Loud as shit. And she goes, "Oh my God." I was like, "Yeah, he did."
That's bad. No, like I remember downloading that damn app because Kenzie wanted it, and I was like, "Isn't this just a bunch of girls dancing in their bathing suits?" Like I was real nervous about it. And I download it, and the first thing pops up is shit like that. And you good, Tank? Get out, weirdo. 15 minutes of fame over here. And so I was nervous, like I don't need her watching this kind of crap. Yeah. So I downloaded it, and I'm like, no, you can't have it. And then I came across people like Tainted Lyric.
Oh, dude, Tainted Lyric is...
And I was like, this is content. This is funny. So I started following people like that and Beer Bong John and shit like that.
You got to follow Bar None.
Bar None's another one.
Yep. Officer Kinley, he deleted his account.
Who? No, he didn't. He's on there. I just saw him yesterday.
Oh, well, he was there.
No, he got banned. Him. Yeah.
And then he came back, and then somebody said he deleted his account because somebody complained to his department about him.
So. No, he's another gun. He used to be on Live PD.
Yeah.
That's where he got famous. But yeah. So there's the whole thing of people oh my God, you have TikTok. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because of what it's known for. But I'm telling you what, there's content on there that needs to be seen. And I hope a lot of these creators just go to YouTube or something where they can get more respect. Because you're not going to get respect on TikTok, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tainted Lyric is funny. There's another guy amazing. On there.
He's hilarious.
Whenever he finishes whatever he says, he goes, "Welcome to TED Talk. Scroll on the next vidya." That's all I got. Vidya.
That's funny.
He talks about he's got a bunch of things he talked about. But yeah, no. Tainted Lyric, they banned his account.
He was only banned for I think it was 10 hours.
Yeah.
It was one of the fastest accounts to be brought back.
Oh yeah, because you got to think about it.
He's not even at 1 million followers, but it's just he has so many verified followers.
Yeah.
Creator followers.
Some of the stuff one of the videos I like the most is he's trying an energy drink. It's called
Bang. It's with Steve-O.
It's Banksterberry.
Oh, the Gangsterberry. It's Banksterberry, not Gangsterberry. Dude.
How's it taste? Snitches get stitches, bitch. I know damn well that did not say Gangsterberry on it.
Uh-huh.
You can kiss these hands.
What he does is he does sketches with different characters that he plays himself, and it's absolutely
hey,
amazing.
bud.
Yeah, Steve-O's the best. But also, he does He sings. Like, he'll do live things and sing. Dude sounds like Randy Travis. Like, he can go. But he's getting ready to do his first live stand-up gig. So he's like, things are moving for him, and it's awesome. He's
funny. Bar none. He's great. Good. You know, the Great Friends Club.
Yep.
It's definitely need to get one of those hats.
It's funnier than I ever anticipated that app to be.
Without a doubt.
So
without a doubt.
And then I also follow things like NFL and NHL and stuff like that. There's one that I follow. I think it's just called Break Ankles, and it's just basketball people getting juked out, and you just see them tumbling. And I'm like, I want to see that on a daily basis for sure.
Oh yeah.
And so like it's definitely better than what people perceive it to be.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not gonna download that stupid thing.
Right.
Deal with that. Now I downloaded it, and I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
We actually got a couple videos.
Oh yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
We did
a couple duets,
Tombstone, and we did the other one. I can't tell you what we're doing, but we're gonna take. And I was like, all right, whose car are we taking? Yeah, that actually did pretty well. A couple hundred between the two. That was fun. That
one's pretty good, and it's funny because the one with Tombstone was actually 100%. Like the camera angles I hit were 100% on accident.
Right, but it worked.
Like
out
the
perfect.
way it flows is just like.
Hey, we nailed that one. That was fun.
Take it.
I'm thinking about like really starting to use TikTok more for the podcast. Start putting clips on there, and hopefully maybe generate a following from there, because you never know. It doesn't take much.
No, it really doesn't.
And I'd love to try and get some kind of creator on here someday. Talk about what they think about the app. Obviously, I can't grab anybody as big as like Tainted or anything, but I'll start small.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
but it's.
Can we get Steve-O, please? Let me talk to Steve.
I don't even want Tainted. Just get Steve-O on here. Some of the names he calls people are just hilarious, but it's better than I ever thought it would be.
Oh yeah. I definitely didn't expect it to be that much fun. Like to where like before you go to bed, you turn around and look and like, oh, let's see what's on TikTok.
Right.
It's like, oh, hey, check this out.
Yeah, it ruins your time when you lay down, because you used to be go on Instagram and just like scroll through pictures from memes and stuff. Now I just scroll to TikTok and try to laugh at something.
Having a bad day? Look up TikTok.
For real. Like, I know there's this post like, I don't have TikTok downloaded, but you can't post this. I'm like, nope, and I'm okay with that. If I can download it, you'll laugh your ass off.
Yeah, you don't have to post anything.
You don't have to post a thing. But download it. It's so funny. These creators work so hard at just like the longest you have is a minute, and they work so hard on those videos.
Yeah, and then they post like if it's longer than a minute, they'll post more part one,
part 1, part 2, and stuff like that.
So on and so on.
But
it's fun though. I mean, I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, I mean, I just it's hard to talk about because people just diss it right away. But same thing happened with Snapchat. Same thing happened with Instagram. Yeah. And eventually everybody had one. And like you look at like Facebook, I have one, but I don't use it.
I go on there every once in a while just to talk to people.
You know, I use Messenger probably more than I use the actual Facebook.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So. Definitely true.
Got anything else going on?
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Trying to just stay awake.
No, I'm good now. Eyes are just watery, heavy.
Right.
But started playing golf. That's fun.
That's right. You were supposed to do something with Paulie coming up.
Yeah.
Right? Has that happened yet?
Not yet. I know he was up. He went up hunting again this weekend.
Right. I'm hoping to get him back after the season's done, see how everything went.
So I think we're still waiting to figure out what's going on.
And it was supposed to be like a charity gig, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like so much fun. I love playing golf. I don't have my own set. I'm not good, but I love it. I'm good at that middle game. I can't putt for shit and I can't drive, but right here, I'm good at that. I can do that part.
Well, it was funny because when we went out a couple weeks ago. Actually, no, it wasn't a couple weeks ago. It was probably almost a month ago. We went out and we went up to Largo to play an actual par 5, like a true 18 hole. Yeah. And my cousin Corey was out there with his dad, and So we asked the guy, hey, can we go out with them? Because they were like next. He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. So then other people. Anyway, long story short, we got hooked up with them going out there to play. And my cousin Corey's dad, like, not so much plays professionally or like played professionally, but like definitely knows his stuff.
Right.
And gave me a couple of pointers on how to do this and do that. And towards the end, I was actually driving pretty decent.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, I go to Top Golf. I just grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to do the holes, keep your legs straight, and only turn out. No, I still step like a baseball player.
It's definitely
it's
two
hard.
two different kinds to play.
It's so like it's one of those sports that just all sports are that way, I guess. Like for us being baseball players, we're fairly able to jump into a football game and handle our own. You played football though, but I'm just saying, you get us on a golf course and it's completely different. You get us on a tennis court,
maybe
I'm gonna hit that shit over the fucking fence, and it's just
that's a point, right? That's a point. No, that's out.
That's out. Yeah.
That's out.
And it's just
sorry.
you think of games like that, and you look at how the people that are like really good at it.
Like
doesn't mean
twigs.
they're good at anything else. You know, the Williams sisters, like they were legit born and bred to play tennis.
Yeah,
Andy Roddick and stuff like that, and it baffles me because you know that in their league, in their fucking sport, they're considered elite. But you throw them on like a basketball court or a baseball field, and they're nothing.
Yeah,
you know
probably.
what I mean? Not
well, knowing
nothing,
our luck,
but
we'll probably jump in there and they'll be like, "I'm going to school you." You probably will.
Yeah, probably.
You know. Yeah, no. Golf is. I think when Paul gets back, I think I want to try to get back out there and play again. My cousin, I sent him a message because he said he had a set of irons I could have.
Oh, there you go.
I sent him a message when I got back. I'm like, hey, dude, it's like, I just got back into town, you know, going to Louisiana and stuff like that. So I met up with him and he gave me a set of irons. So get out there with that. I just need to get some woods and some drivers or whatnot.
Right.
Nothing.
He's got to show himself, dude.
So,
Every time. Dude knows when there's a camera. But I'm going to cut it out, get something to eat, and call it a night. I appreciate you getting back on, as always. You always, we flow real well when we're talking about crap. And this one got pretty deep early, so not as fun as it usually is, but it's still good
sometimes
stuff.
you got to be serious. Use
Like
a
that.
serious face.
You Macho Man now? What was that?
Oh, yeah. Get serious.
All right, guys.
Oh, pal, Elmer loves you, pal.